You're watching this video to discover the coolest new way to learn in school. It's called the flipped classroom. The flipped classroom turns traditional school on its head. So let's take a look at what the flipped classroom is and why so many people in education are talking about it. When we say the flipped classroom turns traditional school on the head, we mean that the classroom model is inverted or turned upside down by delivering the instruction or doing the actual learning online, at home, in the library, with a friend, and actually moving the homework into the classroom where the teacher can be there to help. In the traditional classroom, the teacher's up front like the sage on stage, just declaring their wisdom to students as they frantically write notes and sometimes miss it, sometimes get distracted and may not pick up everything they need to. But in the flipped classroom, they spent time at home learning the information and they come into the classroom to actually do the homework, or to do group activities, or to do labs to reinforce what they've already learned outside of the classroom. Let's take a brief look at the theory of how the flipped classroom works. Since the students come having already spent time learning the information for this lesson, this provides them opportunity to come into the classroom ready to do activities to reinforce what they've already learned, to do the homework in the classroom, so to speak. So this allows the students to be engaged in the classroom rather than just sitting there being bored writing notes. It builds interest by keeping them actively involved in what's going on. It's also less threatening since you've already spent time learning the material, even possibly asking the teacher questions online. You don't have to have that fear that I don't know what's going on, I don't understand this. That just makes the classroom feel much more positive and makes a positive learning environment in the classroom. This is facilitated by using the educational technology that's new, that we're using today in our district, like the iPad, the computers that we have access to, and therefore this information can be self-paced. You can look at it several times if you need to. You can stop and go back. You have instant review. You can ask private questions online to the teacher. And again, this influences a very positive learning environment. So let's take a look at how the flipped classroom works. First, the teacher will create a video. Next, the student will be assigned to watch the video online. Now that might sound a little bit difficult in some situations, but there's a lot of ways to do this. It can be at home on a computer if you have internet accesses, on your tablet. It could be on your smartphone. It could be on an iPod Touch. Anything that can connect with the internet. It could be at school in the computer lab, in the library on a computer, even in the classroom where there are computers available. In advisory period or after school by appointment. It could be at the public library. It could be with a friend. You could get together and work this together. There's a lot of different ways you can get together or access the information to watch this video. And once you've watched the video, there may be opportunity for the student to complete some review problems or a quiz. If you don't understand something in the review problem, you can go back and watch the video right away and just make sure you've got the information down before you go on in the lesson. Then when you get back to the classroom, during class time, you'll have time to do practice problems, to practice what you've already learned and lock it into your memory. Possibly doing projects instead of needing to do them completely outside of the classroom. Now you can work on them with groups or individually, and even though they'll be graded, the teacher will be there to provide more help to get the project done in a good way. Doing the labs that we normally do in a lab type class, now we have more time since we've introduced the information at home. And then there's always opportunity for clarification. Since the students already looked at it and may have some questions, they can come into class ready to know what they want to ask the teacher. There's a lot of advantage to the flipped classroom. For instance, students can receive instant feedback teachers have more time to help the students and explain concepts. If you're looking at the video, you can go back again and look at it. If you can't answer one of the questions, just go back and look at the video. Also, once you get into class, you can ask the teacher, or you can send a message online to the teacher. We'll have groups. When you have a flipped classroom, we'll have online groups where we can actually have chat and talk to each other about what we're supposed to learn. So we can get that instant feedback. Students won't get as frustrated. You know, before, if you didn't understand something, you may not have completed your homework. You come to school, the teacher gets upset because you didn't do your homework because you didn't know how to do it. Well, now you're doing the homework in the classroom with the teacher there to help you. If you get stuck, the teacher's there to provide assistance. Also, your classmates are all there. You can get help from them also. And the teachers can now revisit concepts that maybe the students didn't get really clear from the video. You know, after the video, you can send questions to the teacher. The teacher can look at it and say, boy, I'm getting a lot of the same question from all these different students. We got to go back over that in class where we can really get this clear. So we can, you know, just clarify those things and reinforce things that may have been difficult in the video. And then, since the homework and activities are being done in class, you know, if your mom doesn't have a clue of how to help you with physics and you get stuck at home, that's not a problem anymore, because you got the teacher there when you're doing your homework to help give you the support you might need. So you can see there's really a lot of advantage to the flipped classroom. That's why so many people in education are excited about it. And with new technology like iPads, with the internet, with your smartphones, getting that information outside of the classroom is really easy to do. So when we talk about that excitement and we look at the flipped classroom, yes, it may feel like we're standing on our heads for a while because we're all doing things different, both the students and the teachers. But once we get used to how it works, I think we're all going to find we'll have more time to learn, we'll have more fun learning, it'll be less threatening, and we'll understand what we're supposed to be learning much better and have a much better time learning it.